Hello and welcome everyone to Miss Charlotte Astrology. I am Miss Charlotte, a full-time working astrologer, and on this channel I analyze the astrological charts of public figures, and while very often they are celebrities or royals, today I'll be focusing on someone who, can I just cover up his face? He's looking at me. This is why it's so hard to do this reading, because I lose track because I'm like, I can just feel his evil. I'll be analyzing the astrological chart of Jeffrey Epstein, who is a very, well, now he's not necessarily a famous person, he's just infamous now. He's a human trafficker, and he liked children. He's a kitty fiddler, because I can't say that P word. So I call P words kitty fiddlers. A kitty fiddler, human trafficker who just knew everyone. He knew the royals all across the world. He knew, like, all across Europe. He knew billionaires, famous actors, musicians. He knew Oprah. So business people, Bill Gates, like all these people. He knew all of them, and he managed their money, or he did a service for them. We don't even know. Is that the job? Finance. He's some finance dude. But we reckon that's how he made his money. He was a kitty fiddler and he sold people. Modern day human slavery. That's why he was a billionaire. Anyway, this is a long time coming. I keep getting requests to read his chart, so that's why we're here. I don't have a birth time. The birth time that is available is like 3:45 or 3:15 or something, and that's not his correct birth time, because that's the time he was pronounced deceased when he, but he didn't. We know that, right? We know that. That's not his correct birth time. That's his time. So we're just going to go without it, and we're just going to read his chart like this without a rising sign. It would tell me a lot more if I had it, but we don't. So we'll just do the best we can, as I always do. I just do the best I can if I don't have a birth time. Can I just leave? Shame on you, sir. You're in hell, aren't you? Yes, you are. Fuck off, I'm covering you up. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Pisces placements. I know, I just did Harvey Weinstein's chart, and I went on a little bit of... I got my soapbox about it. Pisces placements are scary. Pisces placements are super scary, especially a Pisces Mars. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we can see his eye. Cover him up. Mars is the PP, right? It's that masculine energy. It's like your focus and it's your drive. And look, it's in this sign of insanity and no boundaries. A PP with no boundaries. It's very well aspected, so I feel like he didn't get too angry a lot. Like, I mean, I feel like he could lose his temper, but a Mars that's really well aspected, a Mars in Pisces, they know how to channel their psychotic you know how to channel it, and it's really well aspected to Mercury. That's a social placement. It's also very well aspected to that Chiron. Mercury and Chiron in a conjunction in Capricorn. And that, I mean, it's obvious he was a genius. There's lots of, I can see his eye. There's lots of accounts of him being a dead set genius, like a business brain. He's really good at math, really good at numbers, which makes sense because the Mercury in Capricorn would be good at those that kind of real world stuff. Capricorn Mercury's good at counting money, good at it could be quite detail oriented, really good at strategy and things like that, especially in business, because Capricorn is a money business sign. But Mercury is also a social planet. It's your communication. It's in charge of the third house of friendships. So how I'm reading this, with this very nicely aspected Mars and Mercury, it's like we can do business together. We can mix business with pleasure. Sex. I got something that you want. I can give it to you. Mars is also aspected to Uranus. Oh. That's what Harvey Weinstein had. His was in Scorpio, but Mars trine Uranus. Building a network through sex. Mars is sex. Uranus is the network. He's a leader as well. He was kind of like Weinstein was. The trine between Uranus, which is an intellectual, networking, humanitarian planet. It's a social planet. Having a really nice aspect to Mars is someone that knows how to navigate the rough waters of high net worth networking. Right? Like that makes a lot of sense. And he's got Jupiter and sorry, I have to cover his eyes. It's so disturbing. Jupiter in Taurus, fantastic placement. He knows how to grow wealth. He knows how to invest. He knows how to spend money as much as he knows how to make it. It's really, really nicely aspected. There's no bad aspects with this Mars and Venus and this Jupiter at all. It's got this mini trine. Very nice. Moon is terribly aspected. Uranus square moon. Moon in Aries. Oh, he gets bored real easy. He needs it's a fidget spinner moon. When I see a moon in Aries, or I see a moon in Gemini, or like air fire moons, they use people as fidget spinners. And I have an air moon, and sometimes I've done that. Not now. When I was younger, like, you get bored. It's a very superficial moon I have. Deep down, there is no deep down. And an Aries moon gets really, really, really bored really, really, really quickly. And it's really not well aspected. Just emotionally stupid. Like, he's really good at, I guess, to a certain extent, socializing in the context of business and pleasure. Really good at that. But his emotions, the way and managing emotions, it's like he has no emotions. And I know that his Venus and Mars isn't an emotional and like very spiritual sign. But I said this before. Pisces is scary. It's heaven and it is hell. It could be very hedonistic. A PP with no boundaries, even a Venus with no boundaries. And Venus is exalted here. They will love without boundaries. That can be scary. It sounds nice. Love no matter what. Unconditional love. Well, what if the condition is that they're an underage child? An underage. What if, and I could apply this across the board. Like, okay, love without condition. What if they are already married? Love knows no boundaries. Yes, it has to know some fucking boundaries. Absolutely. That's why it's scary. They could be very beautiful placements, but they could also just be really, really shifty placements too. The Aries moon, though, he is someone that just isn't, I don't think he's that emotional. And I'm not saying that Aries moon can't be. I feel like they can. I feel like he could be quite emotional when he doesn't get his way. If you're an Aries moon, I'm not saying that you're a psychopath. I promise you. I'm just saying that you have potential to be. Especially if it's not very well aspected. What happened between him and his mum and his dad? Like, why does he not feel like he's at home anywhere? This is a man that has to constantly keep moving. And I dated an Aries moon. I'm a Libra moon. I just want chill. I could be like, honestly, I could be at home all day if it's pretty and if it's fun and it's like, I could do that. Aries moon, I need to go up and out and about and work out. He loved to exercise. He's a very, very fit person. Aries moon is really, really good at staying fit. And if the Uranus is squared off with his moon, I mean, he's got a bad temper. Oh my God, his eye. He's got a bad temper. He has problem regulating his emotions when he has them. And also, what is Aries ruled by? Mars. And that's in Pisces with no boundaries. So I feel like emotional regulation might have come in the form of sex. He's so nasty. Where is this sextile? This is why I want his real birth time. Hey, Americans, because no offense, do you have a lack of democracy and a lack of privacy? Could someone find out his birth time? Can anybody get his birth certificate? I think he was born in New York. Isn't like $10-20 to like, I don't know. We don't do that in Australia, so we don't do that in the UK. You can't just like get anyone's like birth record, right? But I feel like in America you can. I keep getting told that. It's like public informations. So yeah, if someone can find his birth time, that would be great, because there is a sextile between a 22-degree kill or be killed Pluto in retrograde and this Saturn and Neptune. What kind of fuck shit is this? What fuckery is this? I must know. Where is the house? Where is it? What house? Where is this taking place? I need to know, because these are generational planets, so they don't speak to him personally. If you've got your generational planets, you can't be like, I have a Saturn in Capricorn and that means I work hard. No, it doesn't, because it's a generational placement. Literally billions of people were born under that placement. When you have well aspected generational planets, it's more situational, it's more environmental, it's more generational. But if these are playing out in money houses, that's scary. That's like international dark international business stuff. Like, that's potentially, if they were in money houses. That's scary. But he's like, it's a nice aspect. But remember, nice aspects, they indicate gifts, and some people abuse their gifts. So it's like when same thing I tell with the Pisces. I'm like, but we're so kind and perfect, and we're like victims all the time. Yeah, you are sometimes of yourselves. Like, you know how to abuse that power. There's certain placements, even if they're very sweet or nice aspects, they're very good. Like, they could be abused, and when they're nicely aspected, they can get away with it. Okay. He has a sun at 0 degrees in Aquarius, with not far from the North Node. You know what? If he was born a few hours earlier, I don't know what time he was born. If it was like at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know. He could easily be a Capricorn. I know that you guys don't like the word cusps. I know, but his sun is like straddling these two signs. If we could just get a birth time, I would be able to determine for sure if he's a Capricorn or an Aquarius. But Aquarius is the networker, which is what he was, a networker. Someone who has brilliant genius ideas. It's the weirdo, it's the alien, and he was that. There's a lot of evidence to show, a lot of anecdotal evidence that I've heard in these documentaries that say that he's kind of weird and awkward, and that Ghislaine was the one, and she was Gemini. She is a Gemini. She was the much more socially intelligent one that bolstered him up and made him look good. We're going to do her chart. She's sick. But the North Node with the sun, Harvey Weinstein has that too. And like I said earlier, even in that reading, people with North Node in the sun, they got to check themselves. And I'm not saying people with North Node in the sun can't be good people or compassionate people, but they can be very ruthless people, because that's your destiny, is to advocate for yourself. Your destiny is to realize that you are the main character. But that is precisely why you got to check your shit, because some of you are insufferable. And I said, this is an Aries. I'm going to check myself. Because I can be selfish. It's all about knowing. That's why we do astrology. It's to know yourself. But yeah, North Node with the sun. It's all about me. And the North Node in Aquarius is, yeah, the network. I feel like with his South Node on Pluto. Oh, South Node with Pluto in Leo. I wonder who was given a lot of praise very young. So gifted, you're such a genius, but maybe he was bullied, maybe. What happened? South Node in Pluto. No one talks much about his childhood. Was he fiddled with? Or he was exposed to sex very young? Or he was exposed to something dark, like death and sex? Was he, because that's what Pluto represents. Was he exposed to death and sex at a young age? It's very nicely aspected, so maybe he learned about the world very, very young, and that trauma was something that turned into a power or a leverage. Is this his villain origin story with that South Node with Pluto? And the North Node in Aquarius, dominating the world and making it look like a selfless act. Aquarius is scary because Aquarians will, their shadow side is Leo. I'm going to change the world and I'm going to make a difference. And yeah, we need to, you know, fight for the people, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, but essentially you want to be the star, don't you? Eventually, all revolutionaries and the everyman, when they become the rulers, they become Leos. The Aquarius is the everyman, is the fighter, is the game changer, is the revolutionary, right? The man, the everyman, the man of the people. But what happens when Robespierre becomes the boss? What happened to him? He got his head chopped off. So, yeah, I made a French Revolution reference. I hope you understood that. Go look him up. Psycho. I feel like he was very socially awkward with this Mercury and Chiron conjunction, because he certainly was a genius. So Mercury and Chiron together, it could indicate troubles with learning. It could. Or troubles with the body. He didn't have either of those things. But he had a lot of I think he was a bit socially awkward when he was very young. Like trouble making friends when he was young. But I heard he was a very sweet boy. That's what a lot of people say. He was a very sweet boy, kind of like doofusy with his curly hair. I've seen footage of him with Donald Trump. You guys see that? There's footage of him with Donald Trump, and they're at a party. And Donald's just like, look at that one over there. She's so hot. Look at that one over there. And he's just like awkward as fuck. It's weird because I don't think he's attractive. But if you look at the footage of him with Donald Trump in the 80s and then compare the photos and footage of him when he was in his 50s, he got more suave. He almost got more handsome with age. Really weird. It was like that really young footage of him with Donald Trump in the 80s. He was like that weird skinny dude that's leering at girls, and I don't know how to talk to them. I don't know how to talk to girls. It was like that. Except he probably wasn't thinking that. He's probably thinking, oh, they're not 14. Anyway, Saturn square the sun. He felt like he wasn't accepted especially when he was young. He felt like he was not accepted for who he was. And I have Saturn square sun. When you have Neptune and Saturn, oh fuck, I'm sharing a placement with this evil man. Anyway, when you have Saturn or Neptune or just a generational planet squaring your sun, this is what you got to know. Your artistic self-expression, who you are, is going to be met with hostility. It's going to be met with bullying, and it's not necessarily your fault. The sun is your soul, your outer, like, this is who I am in the world. It's your identity, your unique identity, your creative force. When you have it squared with generational planets which represent humanity, you are going to be rejected from society. And the key to getting over this, and this is what I do, because I'm going to pump myself up. Put your fingers in your ears. La la la. A little bit of that, and just be like, I'm the greatest fucking thing that's ever existed, and you just don't know. Like, really, just become a narcissist. Be self-reflective, for sure. But if you've got generational planets squaring your sun, and everyone's telling you that you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, your creativity is blah, or like, stop being yourself because no one likes you, blah, shut the front door and be more yourself and enjoy pissing people off. When I became an astrologer, a lot of people scoffed at that, even some members of my own family who unfortunately are not very intelligent. So you got to forgive them. Like, they're not very simple people. Okay. You just got to take it in your stride, and you just got to really believe in yourself. Because look what happens when you do. Look, he became a billionaire, and I know he became a billionaire in the worst kind of way. Awful. He is not an example of how you want to create success in your life, because you don't want to hurt people, because hopefully you're not a psychopath. But he did just go for it, and he achieved great things. Narcissists achieve great things because they believe in themselves. Take that lesson away from this evil man. Believe in yourself. Please be kind to people and don't traffic people. That's it. But yeah, if you've got only terrible aspects like he does, like I do, generational planets that are so poorly aspected to your sun, just be delusional about your greatness. Be delusional. Start that astrology business, right? Become that artist. Just do the thing, right? But just don't hurt people, okay? Because we don't do that. We're not here for that. Anyway. Ugh. Cover up his face. Ew. Anyway, I think that's about it. I wish I had more. Okay, I think that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Just a reminder, yeah, I do readings. Everything's linked below. I also sell some courses. And I have workbooks as well. So everything will be linked below. It's the best way to support me. Please like, subscribe, comment, because I'm trying to grow this channel. I want it to be something great. All right. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Bye.